Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Akarsh Seggemu. So today I'm going to show you how to create a project using nightwatch-api. So let me first open terminal. So in terminal you can go to the directory and then create you a folder. So for example, in my computer I am going to change directory into developer. So I have a folder called developer where I create and store the development project. So right now for this tutorial I'm going to create a project saying like, okay, learning nightwatch API with cucumber JS. Next I want to change directory to this new folder that I created, learning nightwatch, and then I want to open the project in in Visual Studio Code. Press code.ts and enter. So this will open the project. So let me bring back my terminal in the bottom. So here I'm going to say npm init -y. What it will do, it will create an package.json file, which you can see it has a boilerplate code just mentioning the project name, default index.js, a dummy script for test, no keywords, an author and license. Here I want to enter my name as an author. I generally prefer GPL. 3 only, the license, and here I want to enter saying like, okay, nightwatch API and cucumber as the keywords in my project. Next step, I wanted to remove this empty test statement, and I wanted to add additional steps. I say test, but what I am using here, I want to say nightwatch API. Why choosing nightwatch API next to test? Why not use test? So when you're running, or if someone is joining your project, if the script commands are pretty clear, when they have more than one testing framework, if you are doing for unit testing, integration testing, or end-to-end testing, you will have different frameworks. Or if one framework is capable of supporting all your needs, you can use one simple test command, and you can modify for unit and integration tests. For our tests, we are using nightwatch API, and we could say before that test, end-to-end tests and nightwatch API. So the next step, I would say you can install npm I for install, -t for installing it as a developer dependency, and I want to install nightwatch API. Now nightwatch API is being installed as a developer dependency. So you can see node modules folder has been created, and there is a new developer dependency block in your package.json which specifies which version of nightwatch API is being installed. The next step would be to install cucumber, npm I -t, and then cucumber. So this will install the cucumber npm package. The next dependency I want to install is npm I -t Chrome driver. So we are going to use Chrome browser for testing, so we are going to use Chrome driver as a package, and I think you can also install one more package, which is let me check that again, Cucumber Pretty minus Pretty. So this will install the Cucumber Pretty package, and the first step we want to do is create a configuration file. So we say cucumber.conf.js, and then we say okay, the first step is before all async, and then after all so before we want to stay okay, now await start WebDriver, and then after we start the WebDriver we want to create a session. Next step would be await close session once we complete all our tests, and then await stop WebDriver. Okay, so the next step would be then set default timeout. So here you can use the default timeout to be any number of milliseconds. So I'm saying I want it to be 5 minutes, so I set it for 5 minutes. You can also say 5 minutes just for readability. And then we need to also add the auto completions. I think where we are getting these keywords before set default. So these keywords we are getting from before from Cucumber. Right now when you click on them, it will be able to point you to the directory inside node modules inside Cucumber. So we need to import. Now the highlights are gone. Yeah, this is pretty much the configuration file. We want to say what we want to do before starting test, what we should do after the tests have been completed. The next file we need is the nightwatch.conf.js file. In this file we are going to again require first the Chrome driver, next we wanted to have module exports, empty line, and then we say okay, test settings, and you want to say default, and the next step would be define WebDriver start underscore process is set as true, server underscore path is Chrome driver dot path port generally the default port is 44s, and the CLI arguments for them we are mentioning where the port address, what are the desired capabilities, browser name Chrome. So these are the configurations. So in nightwatch.configuration file we are mentioning, okay, what do you need to use? The default browser is Chrome that you wanted to use. What are the capabilities? Yes, the browser is Chrome. So once we have set that up, next we need to define the script. So we are going to use cucumber -js and mention, okay, what does it require? It requires a cucumber.conf.js file, and then it is going to require step minus definitions and format them using the other library that we have, cucumber -pretty. So we can just test it now. It should throw us error. Because there are no scenarios, no steps, so you will get 0 and 0. You also get a log stating, okay, what happened with the Chrome driver. So we now have the script. So let us now create a features file, and we are going to create a feature called title.feature. So in this feature we are going to say Bing, title is Bing, and then the scenario is check if title is Bing. We're going to use the cucumber.js BDD style and say given I open Bing search page, https www.bing.com, then the title is Bing. So if you open bing.com and go to the heading section and then look for the, okay, it is a bit much loaded, so we can also use Command F and say title. So you can see the title here is Bing. So whenever we go to this bing.com, we need to set, okay, the title of this website is Bing. That is what we are going to test now. For this we created a feature file. Now we need an empty line to indicate end of file. Then let me execute the command. So now you see we have defined a feature file, but the steps are missing. So we see scenario and steps undefined. So cucumber.js helps us with creating the steps. So now we need to create a new file and we say step definitions and then create a new file. We need to have same one, title underscore steps dot js. You can copy paste from the terminal, and we also need to Okay. Provide okay, now you can see the return statements are pending, because you can see pending because there is an execution, but it is not undefined like the previous one. So what we need to do right now, we need to write a return statement. So let me write a return statement here for this being one. So here I would say client dot URL, that would be the string dot. So we want to check first, go to this URL and wait for element visible. So we want to check if the body element is visible or not from this website. So we say visible, we say body, and the number of timeout I want to say you can give 3 seconds. Or you can also give 1 second. And let me also add one more statement, client dot asset dot title string. So what do you mean by string? So in our feature file there is a strings that are defined here as a placeholder, so you can change it to google.com, yahoo.com. It will be changed again here. Let me execute this test again. Yeah, now you can see client not defined. That means we also need to import from nightwatch-api. Now you can see the text are executed super fast, 39 milliseconds, and the tests are passing. So the check marks here indicates the tests are passing. Yeah, so let me also give you a briefing about nightwatch-api. So nightwatch version 1.7 there was created, but there was no support for Cucumber.js. So there was an independent developer who created nightwatch-api. So you can see, I think the developer is Igor Bari. So we need to appreciate him for creating this npm package. You can also look at the website here, and it pretty much shows you how do you write using Cucumber.js and along with nightwatch-api to test the website. So what are the good ways to write tests, what are not okay. So this is pretty much the tutorial, and in my next video I'm going to show you how to migrate the tests that are written in nightwatch-api to Playwright. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.